Today I'm going to tell you why the Houston Rockets will win the championship for 2020. Now if you're new to the channel, this is my 5th video in the 6-part series as I'm breaking down my top 5 NBA title contenders before I reveal my personal pick of who I think will win the 2020 NBA Finals at the end of the series. Now if you missed those previous videos where I broke down why the Lakers, the Bucks, the Clippers, and the Raptors will win the title, then make sure that you stick around to the end of the video and I'll link that playlist for you to check out. Let's get into it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome back to Journey of a Ballaholic, the best talk show for basketball addicts. I'm your host, General Hannibal X. Now if you're new, on this channel you're going to be getting my passionate and unfiltered opinion on the hottest NBA and college basketball topics. Listen, I'm a ballaholic. I'm addicted to basketball. And like everyone, I have an opinion. But if you like opinions that are backed by facts, then go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. Also, be sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you tap that notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I drop new videos, which is every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, before we get this video started, as always, go down to the comment section for the comment of the day. Let me know, do you think that the Houston Rockets will win the championship this year? If so, let me know in the comment section why. I have to start the video off acknowledging that as of this morning, the channel reached the 1,000 subscriber milestone. So I have to say thank you to everybody that's been riding with me since day one. And also, I gotta say welcome to all the new subscribers. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Okay, so we're down to the 5th and the final team that I think has a legit shot to win the title this year. I've already covered the Bucks, Lakers, the Raptors, and the Clippers. And I broke down why each one of those teams has a strong case to win the title this year. But now it's the Rockets' turn. So first off, let's be very clear. The Rockets, that's my underdog pick. Of all the 5 teams in the list, they have the highest hill that they have to climb to be able to reach that mountaintop. Now, if you watch my previous videos on this series, you know that by now, I love to compare the title contenders of now based on the facts from past NBA champions. So let's go ahead and get into it and get the bad out of the way, because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot that is standing in the way of the Rockets being able to win the title this year. But make sure that you stick around to the end of the video as I'm going to break down why the Rockets actually have a legit chance of shocking the world and winning their first title since 1995. Okay, so currently the Rockets are sitting in the 6th seed out west. Now they're 4 games behind the Clippers for that 2nd seed, and they're 2.5 games behind the Nuggets for the 3rd seed. Now there's only 8 games remaining in the regular season, but it's going to be crucial for the Rockets to be able to close that gap on the Nuggets. You got to keep in mind, 39 out of the last 40 NBA champions were a 3 seed or higher in their conference. Now, it's ironic that the 1995 Houston Rockets, which was the last Rockets team to win a championship, they were the only team over the last 4 decades to win a title being lower than a 3 seed. Now, we got to keep in mind, though, that that Rockets team was the defending NBA champions, and they had just added Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler to that championship core, which, as we know, that team was led by the all-time great Hakeem Olajuwon. So it's safe to say that was a much different circumstance, much different situation. So let's go ahead and get to the 3rd seed. That's going to be absolutely crucial when it comes to the Rockets trying to win a championship this year. Now, Denver, once again, is currently occupying that 3rd seed. And it's also kind of noteworthy and ironic that the Nuggets, they're the team that gave the Rockets their 17th loss of the season. That came on January 26th. Now, why is that important? Remember this, every single team that won the championship over the last 12 years, they all hit that 40-game win mark before they lost their 17th game. The Rockets only had 28 wins after losing the 17th game to the Nuggets on January 26th. Now, another thing that's really standing in the Rockets' way, that's their defense, or I should say the lack of defense. We all know that defense wins championships. We've heard that time and time again. But there are some actual stats that prove and support why defense wins championships. Now, since advanced defensive ratings have been tracked, 22 out of the last 23 NBA champions, they all finished their regular season ranked 11th or better on the defensive end of the court. The only team that didn't finish in the top 11 on defense that did go on to win the title, that was the 2001 LA Lakers. Now, as we know, that was one of the greatest teams of all time. That squad featured Shaquille O'Neal and the late great Kobe Bryant. Once again, those are much different circumstances from this Rockets team. Now, the last thing that I think that could really hurt the Rockets in their chance of winning the championship this year, that's rebounding. Out of all the 16 teams that are currently in a playoff spot right now, the Rockets have the worst rebounding differential of any of those teams. They're getting out-rebounded by 2.1 rebounds per game. Now, of course, that has a lot to do with their small ball lineups that they go on, and I think small ball is going to be definitely one of the things I want to cover as we go later into the video. But as of right now, let's go ahead and start looking at some of the good. We've already laid out the challenges that's going to face this Rockets team as far as their quest to win the title. So now let's go ahead and take a look at what things I think is going to make them a legitimate title contender despite all of that. The Rockets' success will clearly fall on the shoulders of James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the idea to go small ball, that was a brilliant plan by Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni. In the 13 games the Russ played since the Clint Capella was traded, he's averaged 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. But what's most impressive is that his shooting percentages went up to 52.5% from the field and 35.5% on threes. Now compare that to the games that he played before Clint Capella was traded, where Russ only was shooting 45.5% from the field and 23.5% on threes. That's a big time difference. Now, Clint Capella's gone and the Rockets are running that 5-out offense. But what's impressive is that Russell's 3-point attempts have actually gone down from 4.3 a game down to just 2.4 after the trade. See, when the Rockets traded for Westbrook, what they wanted to do was to give Harden a more dynamic second option than what CP3 offered at this stage of his career. Someone that was able to take this load off of what Harden had to carry. And that's where Russ comes in. So the move for them to go small ball, what it does is that it maximizes the Rockets' best players by giving them the best version of Russell Westbrook that they can get. See, James Harden was averaging 35.7 points on 23.6 field goal attempts, 12.2 free throw attempts, all while doing that, playing 37 minutes a game before the trade. But after the trade, all of Harden's numbers were able to come down, where he only had to average 31 points a game on 20.5 field goal attempts, 10.7 free throw attempts, all while only playing 35.9 minutes per game. So what does all of that mean? What do those stats represent? It means that the Rockets are now able to get a better, a more efficient Russell Westbrook, which in turn makes Harden able to rest more, and that's going to be able to give him a better version of himself. And that's what the Rockets need to win the title. They need Harden and Westbrook clicking on the same page, dominating consistently. See, we can actually see how this really impacted their wins, which is most important. When you look at their 64.7 winning percentage after the trade compared to their 61.7 winning percentage before the trade, it lets you know this style of play best suits their players, and that's what they need to give themselves the best chance to win the championship this season. I know it's all regular season stats. I get that. But once again, the regular season matters. I will consistently say that. And right now, the Rockets are second in the NBA in offensive rating. Now, the reason that that's so important is that 21 out of the last 23 NBA champions finished the regular season as a top 3 team in either offensive rating, defensive rating, or overall net rating. But more importantly, the Rockets are 7th in overall net rating, which is crucial because every single team that's won the championship over the last 23 years, they all finished the season as a top 8 team in overall net rating. Now, what makes this year's Rockets team special is that not only did they have a dynamic duo, which by the way is one of the best duos that the NBA has seen in a long time, but this Rockets team has a lot of solid role players whose skills and their experience truly complements Houston's dynamic duo. You gotta remember this. 9 out of the last 10 teams that have won the title, they have an average team age of 28 or older, or they are ranked in the top 5 as far as teams' average team age. Listen, older teams win chips. That's just the reality of it. And the Rockets are one of just 3 teams this season that have an average team age over 28 this year. They have an average team age of 29.1, and they rank number 3 only behind the Lakers, who are number 1 in the West, and the Bucks, who are number 1 in the East. Now, keep in mind, every single team that has won the championship over the last 15 years, they've had multiple All-Stars selected in the same season that they won the title or the year before. Now, similar to the Lakers, the Raptors, and the Bucks, not only do the Rockets have 2 players that have made the All-Star team while playing together this year in James Harden and Russell Westbrook, they also have that third guy, the guy that every single NBA title team in the history of the game had. They had a power forward or a center in the rotation that has made an All-Star or an All-NBA team before the year that they won the title. Listen, for the Lakers, that person was Dwight Howard. For the Bucks, it was Brook Lopez. For the Raptors, it was Marcus Gasol. And even for the Clippers, they just added Joakim Noah to fill that role. And so for the Rockets, that player is none other than former Defensive Player of the Year himself, Tyson Chandler. I know, Tyson Chandler hasn't played much this season, and honestly, I think that was truly by design. We talked about the Rockets' small ball lineup and how it's hurt their interior defense and their rebounding. Well, honestly, I expect them to continue playing small ball for most of the games throughout the regular season, and then even some of the games in the playoffs. But when the playoffs come, having a 7-footer like Tyson Chandler that you could bring off the bench when needed, for short stints to get a crucial stop on defense or make a big time tap out on the offensive glass to keep the possession alive, that's going to truly come in handy. So let me know in the comment section below, do you think the Rockets can actually win the championship this year? If so, let me know in the comment section below why. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and make sure you click the logo right here. And if you've missed any of the previous videos in this series where I broke down why the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucks, and even the Toronto Raptors can win the championship, then make sure you go ahead and click this box right here. Listen, I appreciate you for taking a look at this video. As always, please make sure that you come back and check out the next episode as I'll be revealing my pick out of these 5 teams to be able to win the actual NBA championship. And also, make sure that you stay safe if you're out there in the streets, man. And remember, no justice, no peace.